Okay. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for joining us here for the top 10 ways to use video to market your business and why every business should. I really believe that every business should be taking advantage of video nowadays, and I've seen every industry imaginable use video effectively. So it really doesn't matter what business you're in or the size of your business. There is a way, I can assure you, that you can use video to market your business effectively. And I'm going to share with you the 10 ways that I think that you can use video the best, and hopefully will spark some ideas as to how your business can take advantage of video in your marketing mix. So just a couple of logistics here to start before we get going. First of all, I will be recording this presentation as always, and I'll send you a copy of the recording afterwards. So you can just sit back and relax. You don't have to take any intense notes. You can go through it whenever you'd like and as many times as you'd like. Next, I will be taking questions, and let me exit out of here and show you what your screen probably looks like. Over here, this is the presentation window that you're looking at, and over here we have our questions tab, and at any point during the webinar you can send it over. This is an actual replay of a previous webinar. So the live call and the replay both have this question box, and you can go ahead and type them in. I'm going to be taking questions at the end of the live call, and if it's the replay, this will send me an email directly, and it'll come to my phone, and I'll respond directly to you. Also, at any point, if you wish to see what schedule a consultation or a strategy session with the Memphis Web guys, then definitely click this button here, and that will take you to a screen where you can actually schedule your consultation. You can do a Google Hangout with me, we can talk on the phone, or we can sit down face to face, either one, any of those. And if at any point during this webinar you find it valuable and you know of anyone who is a business owner or an entrepreneur who can get a lot out of this, then definitely use these buttons up here, tweet or share. If you share it, the best thing to do is click on it, and you can move the buttons here to change it to my face. And you want to share, send it in a private message, and you can send it to as many people as you want to in a private message. That makes it a little bit more personal. If you can think of one person who this might be helpful to, then definitely go ahead and send it on to them, and that's a great thing to do. So, all right, so that's enough of the logistics. Let's jump back to the webinar over here. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, again, this is the top 10 ways to use video to market your business and why every business should. So let's start off by answering this question of why video? Why are we having a presentation saying that every business should use video to market their business? Well, here are some interesting stats from Nielsen. While traditional TV viewing was up only 0.2% last year, internet video was up 35%, and mobile video went up 20%. So video on the internet and video watched through mobile phones or other mobile devices such as iPads or tablets continues to grow at a very rapid pace. And I say continues because this trend really has been growing like this for the last 10 to 15 years. And I mean, video has been on an absolute tear, and it shows no signs of slowing down. The reason for that is I think it's so easy for people to create video nowadays. And you have video cameras on most of your cell phones. You have easy pocket flip video cameras that you can buy. You have video cameras that are very high quality of 10 times in your laptop or computer now. So it's very easy for people to create video and to share video, and it's just very engaging. I think why TV has been the top advertising medium for so long is that it's engaging. People like that combination of sight and sound, and now you're able to get that on the internet and on your mobile devices very easily. So for all those reasons, video really is continuing to grow like crazy. Now, as I said, video is very engaging because of the internet. And because of the internet, it's also very easy to share. And you can see here some interesting stats. And these habitual video sharing site users, and what that means is just people that go to video sharing sites on a very regular basis. And you can see the numbers in orange, and that is the percentage of people that are going to these video sharing sites on a typical day, all the way up to 2011 here. It's been increasing to 2012, 13, and 14. So as you can see, in 2006, that number was 8%. In 2011, it was 28%. So that's more than tripled. The number of people going to these video sharing sites on a typical day has more than tripled. And again, I think that's because video is easy and it's engaging, and all of the top sites have made it easy to share video. So people are having a lot of fun with video, and that's shown in these stats here. Next, this Forrester study says that any given video in the index, by index they're referring to the actual search engines, so in the Google index, so any video stands about a 50 times better chance of appearing on the first page of results than any given text page or website in the index. So the translation is saying that if you have a video in the Google search engine, you have about a 50 times better chance of getting that video on page 1 of the search engines versus a text page in the search engine. For a long time, the search engines were really just about text. And now video is really becoming an important factor in getting ranked in the search engines quickly. And there are a lot of reasons for that. One, again, video is very popular and engaging. And two, Google owns YouTube. And YouTube, of course, being the #1 video search engine and sharing site on the web. So Google obviously has a real incentive to make sure that videos in YouTube are showing up very well in their search engine. So you can see here what a video looks like when it's ranking in the search engines. Not only do they rank well, but you can see here that they're an engaging presentation. You actually see a picture there of a little clip from the video right in the search rankings, whereas all the other rankings look much more bland because they're all text. Video has become a very important tool in getting search engine visibility. So all that adds up to more traffic, more engagement with the people that you actually get from that traffic, and also better search engine ranking. So the real question is, why not use video, right? The answer is there's not a good reason. And as I've said, I think that every business in every industry of every size can take advantage of video in their marketing mix. So that's the why of using video. So let's go ahead and move on to the top 10 ways to use video to market your business. And what I'm going to do here again is I'm going to take you through 10 real-life examples that I hope are going to spur some ideas in your mind as to how you could use video effectively at your business. Okay. Now, this is not necessarily in any particular order, but #1 is give your elevator pitch. I have to believe that just about everybody has heard of the concept of the elevator pitch. But to summarize it real quick, the elevator pitch is your very brief explanation of what your business does and maybe the unique value or benefit that it provides to customers. So every business should have an elevator pitch. Every business should have a very brief but effective way of describing what they do so that when somebody is trying to learn about your business or ask what you do, you can give them a nice quick answer that's going to hopefully get them engaged and interested in learning more. Well, video is a great way to do that. Using video, you can be very brief and you can very clearly and consistently present your elevator pitch. And you can do that on your website or your Facebook page or on YouTube, any number of places. A quick, easy example here, you can go to this website, easyvideoplayer.com, and check out how they give their elevator pitch right there on their website. Easy Video Player actually has software that you can buy that allows you to make playing videos on your website easier. And you'll see their pitch they give really quickly as to why you'd want to use Easy Video Player. So that's a good example. Giving your elevator pitch is one of the most important things you can do to attract the right audience to your business. And giving an elevator pitch in video is oftentimes much more engaging and much clearer than it is when it's done just in text. And you'll see more and more businesses are using video now to give their elevator pitch quickly on their websites. Okay, number 2 is demonstrate your products. The power of demonstration has been clearly established in selling products. And when you're selling the infomercials on TV, that's why they have those engaging commercials, usually with a celebrity where they actually show someone using the blender, the roaster, the vacuum cleaner, George Foreman's next grill or whatever it is. That's because it's been proven that the visual demonstration is very engaging to people, and it helps people to understand exactly what they would do with that product. It helps them to see in their own mind how they would use that product for their own benefit. So it's been proven. Now, you may not be able to afford to run infomercials, or your business may not be able to, it might not be appropriate for running infomercials, but that doesn't mean that you can't use video to quickly demonstrate your product, how it works, and how people could use it. Again, create that video and share it on your website or your social media pages or other places. A good example of this is Hipmunk. And if you've ever heard of Hipmunk, it's a hot kind of Silicon Valley startup that helps you find travel information, your choice of flights and hotels and things like that very easily. Hipmunk has a lot of very rabid users, but there are also a lot of us that think, well, geez, I already have Orbitz, I already have Travelocity. Why in the world do I need another place to go to book my travel? So Hipmunk has the challenge of quickly explaining, well, here's why you'd want to use us instead of going to those other sites. So they did that via video on their website, and I think it's a real nice example of demonstrating their product. You can go to hipmunk.com and check it out. It's kind of cool. Okay, number 3 is demonstrate social proof. So social proof is just referring to the phenomenon that people want what other people have, or what other people have had success with. They're going to feel more confident in something that someone has had success with. So this is the reason why if you're walking down the street, trying to choose someplace to go eat, and you see a restaurant that's very crowded and has a line outside versus a restaurant right next door with nobody in it, you naturally will assume, well, the restaurant that has all the people in it, and the line outside must be better. That's why it has all those people. So that's an example of social proof. One of the best examples of social proof when it comes to selling your products or services is to have happy customers or clients give video testimonials and talk about their experience with your business, your products, your services, your team. Depending on what you sell, those video testimonials can be shaped, so that, again, a previous customer or client is essentially giving you a raving review. That's a fantastic use of video that really every business can take advantage of. If you go to this site here, philsquare.com, you'll see how they use testimonials on their websites. Okay, number 4 is sell your products or services. Now, depending on the types of products or services that you sell, you may actually have people come to your website and complete transactions right there. If that's the case, then video again has been proven to lift conversion, which just means to sell more products or services than just using text or images alone. So you'll see a lot of businesses nowadays are using video to actually try to sell their products or services on their website. Now this is actually a slick option for you to go look at, and this is simplestoryvideos.com. And you know, not only are they going to sell their products and services using video on their site, but their product or service is actually that they will create sales videos for you to help you quickly sell your products or services online. And this is kind of a bonus one to go check out, Simple Story Videos. So again, you can see how they sell their product, but you can also have a resource here to go get videos made for your business if you'd like. So videos are a great way to tell your products or services story and to sell right there on your website. Okay, number 5 is share tips and advice. And this is actually Carl White from a business called the Marketing Animals. And Carl is a friend of mine who's also a very successful marketer, and his primary business is in real estate and in helping mortgage brokers and real estate brokers get more deals done. And what he does is he shares marketing tips and strategies using video online, and he does that every Saturday. And you can see here it's www.carlssaturdaystrategy.com. And he is a fantastic resource for tens and thousands of people, literally. And he makes a very, very good living because he shares these tips and advice online, so people naturally turn to him as an expert and therefore buy his other products and services. So he makes a fantastic living by doing this. Again, any business where there's any sort of educational component or any sort of tips or strategies you can share with people to help them be more successful, it's a fantastic way to do that via regular brief videos that you send out every week, every month, or however frequently that you can get it done. I know some businesses that do that every day and even twice a day, depending on what business they're in. So it's a fantastic way of demonstrating that you have expertise, and it's a fantastic way of positioning yourself as a very helpful resource to a large audience in a very efficient way. So if you haven't noticed, that is actually what the Memphis Web guys are doing with these webinars. All right. Number 6, answer frequently asked questions about your products or services. Now, we've all had questions about a product that we bought, gone to a website and gone to their frequently asked questions section. Some of them are a real hit or a miss. Some of them do a great job and some of them do a really poor job. One of the ways I think the best companies are answering their, these frequently asked questions is by actually using video to answer. So again, video over text. They can answer these questions with a much clearer response, oftentimes using the video to demonstrate the solution to the question. A good example of this is Evernote.com, which, by the way, is one of my favorite applications. I love Evernote, so if you haven't checked that out, you definitely should. They do a nice job of answering their frequently asked questions via video, which, again, I think just creates a better user experience and a more engaging experience as well. One of the things that I do for my clients and my customers is create the 10 by 10 4x4 video strategy, and this uses frequently asked questions and should ask questions. And I engage with people using Google Hangouts, ask them a series of frequently asked questions that are very short and to the point videos, 30 seconds long, and then we create a call to action at the end of every single one of those videos so that people can sign up for your email list and you can send them the rest of the frequently asked questions. It's a wonderful way to keep your business in front of the eyeballs of interested prospects. And it's really great. I love doing this with my clients, and it's very well worth your time. We do that service, and if you're interested, we can talk about it in a strategy session. Okay, number 7, and I love this strategy. Use video to introduce your team. And this is from a company called Huge, and you can go to their website, hugeinc.com, and they use video to introduce the people on their team. And this is a great way of creating a connection between your prospects and your customers and your team. And this is particularly helpful in businesses where maybe you've never had a face-to-face interaction with your clients or customers. If you work in a business where nobody is walking into your store or you don't go and meet them, then this is a great way of still creating some personal connection. It's in the pre-sale situation where your product or service is going to require a lot of personal interaction or connection. And it's also a great way of letting people know what your team is like before they buy, because if they're going to have a lot of personal interaction with you, they want to know who they're getting involved with. So by posting video of introductions to those team members, you can create that connection early on and give yourself a better chance in that sales situation. So using videos to introduce your team is number 7. All right, number 8 is do a tour of your business. You can check out a walkabout in New York City. If you go to blog.behance.net, you can see a walking tour of their office. And this is a really fantastic way, again, to kind of demonstrate that your business is real, and it'll show maybe some of the unique things that go into building your product. A lot of businesses out there have some sort of interesting manufacturing process that their customers never get to see, but they might find that very intriguing to see that kind of brought to life in a video. And it's a great way, again, of just demonstrating that you have a real business, that you have a team, or that you have some sort of unique process or manufacturing element that you can use to demonstrate how your products are created. And that all just makes for a really, really good engaging video. All right, number 9 is entertain. I'm sure all of you have seen over the past couple of years, all the Old Spice commercials that have been a huge hit, and these have absolutely skyrocketed Old Spice's sales. They were considered one of the most successful online advertising campaigns ever, and they have done just a fantastic job with these. Of course, they're playing them on television as well, but just a really, really entertaining series about deodorant of all things. I mean, if you can make deodorant that entertaining, then you can make just about anything entertaining. So oldspice.com, a fantastic site to check out their videos and to get a good laugh, because they really do a nice job of creating entertaining and engaging videos. People love to be entertained. Especially Americans, we just love to laugh, and if you can find a way to have some fun with your product, your service or your team, and entertain your viewers, it's a great way of creating some loyalty for your products and services. Many people are concerned that they're going to lose professionalism if they decide to go the fun route, and that is just not the case. I mean, think about it. Did you can still consider Old Spice to be a professional organization? Absolutely, you do. But they've still had a lot of fun, and they've put out a really quality marketing product. So don't get caught in the idea that you're going to have to be professional. People think that you have to be serious-minded, and it really a lot of times that just turns people off. So I mean, don't be goofy, but at the same time, figure out a way that you can have a lot of fun and be humorous. Okay. All right, slide number 10. The final tip: report the news. You can see a good example here at healthguru.com, and this is a site obviously all about health, and they're effectively using video to report updates on the latest studies in health and products and services that are out there related to health. So they do a really, really nice job of using video, again, to engage and report the news about health issues and topics. This is one of those things, if you have an industry where there's just lots of change, it's a dynamic industry where there's lots of stuff going on, a fantastic way to stay front and center with your audience is to just regularly report the news. Regularly report what's going on in the industry so that you're staying atop of attention, top of mind with your audience. Doesn't have to be a long professional news style of reporting. It can be quick, but still, again, a great way to engage people, to educate them, and to stay on top of mind with them. All right, so that's the 10 ways to use video. I hope that you have some ideas, and I hope that, again, those ideas in your mind, as they're just sparking ways that you could use video at your business. And I guarantee that if you spend a little bit of time brainstorming with your team, in every business you could use at least one of these 10 to market your business. And I would be hard-pressed to find any business where you couldn't come up with at least 3 or 4 ways that you could use video. Okay, let me share with you just some real quick, some best practices before we move on to the question and answers. Number 1, don't let perfection get in the way of progress. I think the biggest issue that I see with a lot of people who are trying to use video for the first time is that they feel like it has to be some Hollywood production where everything is just amazing quality, it's perfect, and it's absolutely not the case. In fact, there have been all kinds of studies that have shown that people actually engage more and will buy more from videos that are not really high production quality. It's kind of crazy. I think that the reason why is because they don't feel like they're being sold to as much. If it seems more just kind of casual and somebody that hasn't put a ton of money into creating the perfect pitch or the perfect presentation, I think it lowers people's guards and they actually feel like, hey, I'm actually dealing with a real human being, or a real company behind this video. So don't let perfection get in the way of progress. You don't have to be, a super director, James Cameron or somebody. You don't have to create the latest Oscar-winning production. Just get a camera and get going, or even just, do some screen capture off your camera on your laptop. Whatever it is, just get moving. All right, let's see here. Tip number 2 is use a good quality camera. It doesn't have to be expensive, but it should have a good quality lens so that you're not producing really grainy images in your video. Now, the good news is that really high quality cameras can be found in just about any price range now. On a countless number of devices. I personally use an Android Samsung Galaxy phone, and I have the latest, the S4. Actually, the S5 just came out, so it produces incredible video quality, and it's that cost me a few $100s. It's my phone, my email device, and all that sort of stuff, and it's a fantastic video camera. So you don't have to spend a lot of money to do this. All right. Jumping the gun here. Make sure that the sound is good. Actually, this is proven to be more important than the actual video quality. You definitely want to have high quality sound. For whatever reason, people will actually be more lenient when it comes to the image quality than they will be with the sound quality. If they're having a hard time with the sound, they're actually faster to kind of pull the trigger, cancel out the video, not finish watching the video. So make sure that you have really good quality sound in your videos. Create new videos frequently. The search engines love frequently created content. They love timely, fresh content, and your users, your audience, will also come to expect a certain kind of flow of content creation from you. I showed you earlier Carl's Saturday strategy. Every Saturday he releases a quick new video. They're always less than 10 minutes long, but engaging, and people learn to look for these videos every Saturday, which of course again just puts him very top of mind with his customers. So create new videos frequently. I also think that this is a great way to just get good at creating videos. You start to do it frequently enough and you get in the habit of it, and you start to lose that perfection concern, and just kind of realize that, hey, I can create good videos easily and quickly. It doesn't have to be this big production. So I really recommend that you create new videos on a pretty frequent basis. And then the last tip, YouTube, and then embed them in your site. YouTube, again, is the #1 video search engine. It's actually the number 2 search engine, period, right behind the main Google search engine. So you got 2 different search engines. You got the YouTube search engine and the main Google search engine. They're the top 2. And you want to take advantage of that by making sure that your videos are posted in YouTube to get that search engine traction. So there are some tips, and I hope that you got some great ideas out of those top 10 ways to use videos. Combine these with these video best practices, and I know that you'll be using video successfully to market your business in no time. All right, so let's go on to some questions here. We have some questions that came in. Let me grab a quick drink of water here real quick. Okay, somebody says, YouTube seems to be the only site big enough to be worth worry. Okay, let me read that again. YouTube seems to be the only site big enough to be worth worried about post. I think you mean worrying. YouTube seems to be the only big site big enough to be worth worrying about posting your videos and sharing them on. What's your opinion on that? Okay, well, I would say that while YouTube is obviously the King Kong in that space, I actually don't think that it's the only place that's worth sharing on. As a prime example, if you're using Facebook at all to market your business, Facebook is huge for video sharing. Just by the social nature of Facebook, your videos can get shared to a massive audience very quickly. I do think that while you absolutely need to take advantage of YouTube, there are also lots of other great resources out there. Facebook, I think, being #1, but there are also some other video sharing sites out there that are very successful as well. Second question here, somebody said they didn't understand my last tip there. Okay. Let's see, why did you suggest posting in YouTube and then embedding the video versus directly posting the video? I kind of went through that pretty quickly, so let me go ahead and explain that one again. Let's say you wanted to put a video onto your homepage of your website. You'd have a couple of options there. One, you could just put the video right there into your actual website, or you could post the video to YouTube and then use YouTube's embed code to actually embed the video into your site. And the real reason I suggested to use a second method of posting to YouTube posting YouTube first and then embedding it to your site, is that by posting it in YouTube, you're getting all of YouTube's benefits, which again is search engine ranking. Well, that's for one, and two, it's very easily shared. And I mean, it is a social network in and of itself. So by posting it in YouTube and then embedding it on your site, not only are you getting the benefit of it being on your site, but you're also getting those additional benefits from YouTube. So yes, I definitely suggest that you embed the video from YouTube. And some people might say that if it's embedded in your site, and a lot of people will click on the YouTube and leave the site, and you don't want them to do that, but I just don't find that to be the case. Most of the time they'll watch the video right there on your website, especially if it's relevant to your site. So, okay, let's see. Somebody asked, how do I improve the sound when I'm using a flip camera or iPhone or Android? That's a great question. If you just go into Google and search for a microphone for an iPhone or an Android video camera or something like that, you'll find that there are a whole lot of very inexpensive but very high quality microphones that you can just plug into your phone or other portable cameras. I mean, use those when you're recording video and you'll get much, much higher quality sound. Particularly, I have a $25 microphone that has a 20-foot cord on it, so I can actually stand 20 feet away from whoever is videotaping me and still get perfect quality sound into the camera. Now, there are a lot of options out there, and that's one of the really fun things that I think I really enjoy doing, is shopping for these little gadgets that you can attach to your phone, and so effective nowadays. So just do a quick search and you'll find some inexpensive resources. Okay, next question. How do we get videos to rank better? That's a great question. That's a whole nother webinar, and actually it's like a whole nother 2 or 3 webinars. And I'd be happy to do one here in the future, or happy to help you with that individually. There's a lot to it, but it's essentially doing search engine optimization of video just like you would do search engine optimization of any content on your website, with a handful of things that are unique to video. And again, happy to help you with that directly, or to do another presentation on that in the future. Let's see here. Somebody says, I don't like being in front of the camera. What can I do? I like the idea of using video to market my business, but I don't want to be in front of the camera. Okay, no problem. A lot of people have that same feeling, and I certainly understand that. So let me give you a few options. One, you can do the presentations like I'm doing right now. This presentation can be recorded while I'm doing it, just like I am, and I'll send you a video of this presentation. Well, you could do the same thing. Do a presentation like this. So you do a PowerPoint presentation where then nobody ever sees sees your profile. They just hear your voice and they're going through slides. They don't ever have to see your face. So just record it and use that video. Another thing is just to be real creative. I know some businesses who have done things like use sock puppets, and stuff like that as their video. And they've actually had really good success with them because it's unique, it's fun, and it's silly. And you do that type of thing right, and people will really get a kick out of it, and they'll love it, and you've added that entertainment component. So you can get creative and do something like that. Finally, go check out some of those sites like the one I showed you earlier in the presentation, where other people will create animated videos for you. And there are businesses out there that will create claymation videos for you, and there are a lot of resources. I understand that, I understand being intimidated about being in front of the camera. I don't think it ever fully goes away, even from people who are very experienced with it. I still feel a little bit of nervousness every time I get in front of the camera, so don't let that stop you from using video, because there are a lot of other ways to get it done. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here now. I want to be conscious of your time, and I want to get you back to your work day, but I really do appreciate you showing up here for this presentation. Again, video is a fantastic resource for marketing your business. I mean, really, really fantastic. So just go through these 10 ways to use video again, and I'm sure you'll find at least one, like I said earlier, probably 3 or 4 that you can take advantage of your business. So again, thank you very much. If you'd like help with using your video at any business, at your business, or just in general with marketing your business online, that is, of course, what we do, and we'd love to talk to you. So there's no high-pressure sales pitch here, but if you do have questions, just get in touch with me. Use that pop-in tab over in the right, and let me know that you're interested in a consultation, and you can go ahead and schedule that in very easily, and I'll make sure that we connect and we can discuss your specific situation. Okay, that's it. Take care. Thank you so much for joining us.